Joe Leigh here for Seconds Out with Callum Johnson. Literally, as we just said off camera, about 2 hours, an hour ago, your fight with Marko Nikolic has been called off, postponed for 2 weeks. First and foremost, how are you? But you must be gutted.
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's one of them, innit? Worse things can happen, and I was on the way down here, and I got the call, so it was a little bit deflating. But it's only for a few weeks. We're not talking months. So it's a case of just getting back in the gym and just concentrating on the fight when it happens.
Of course, and you just said it was a bit deflating. Tell us where you kind of were and the first kind of 5 minutes, what your feelings were.
The first kind of 5 minutes, I was in the taxi. I just sank into the chair. I was like, no way. But then it was, you have a little bit, you digest it, and you're hearing this, it's only going to be a few weeks, we're not talking months here, and so you kind of start thinking, well, it's not the end of the world, I'm fit, I'm on weight anyway, I'm ready to go, so it's just a case of, continuing the training for a couple of weeks.
And obviously being in the media, I'm going to speculate, if you say a few weeks, to me, that means October the 9th, and that's a great card, so it could be better than it already was. I know Lyndon Arthur and Anthony Yarde is not going to happen anymore. In an ideal world, if boxing was as good as we hope, you could fight one of them.
Yeah, it could happen, couldn't it? It could happen. But I've been told that it's going to be the same opponent. Yeah. But then we'll see what happens after that. I'm just concentrating on just fighting. Like I say, I am a little bit down. Yeah. Seeing all the media workouts going on and thinking, should have got it out of the way this week, but I've got to wait a bit longer now. So,
talking of kind of fighting other people, obviously this is, I guess you could say, Callum Johnson 2.0. You've had your comeback fight, if you like. Are those the fights that you need sooner rather than later? You turned 36 last month, so happy birthday. Are they the big fights you need sooner rather than later?
Yeah, defo. Listen, I'm 36. I haven't got that long left. Obviously, that's obvious. But at the same time, believe me, I'm very fresh. I'm very fit. I'm very strong. So there's plenty in the tank. But yeah, I'd like to get another fight. The plans was to get 2 more before Christmas, and then pretty much early next year, whoever, wherever, whenever. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully that can still happen. If we get out end of September, early October, and then back out again December with a bit of luck. And then, like you say, then it's let's go. Who wants it? Where do you want it? We can have it. Okay,
so the vibe I'm kind of getting is 2021 was the comeback year, if that makes sense. Obviously, I'm not saying you wouldn't have accepted a fight if you got offered, but 2022 is when you're going to strive and only kind of go for the big fight.
Yeah, of course. I kind of take them all as big fights because, listen, if you don't get through the next one's not happening. Do you know what I mean? So they're all big fights, and you have to be focused, and you have to be on point for them all. But yeah, I think that's the way it's looking. Like I say, I didn't know YARDE and Arthur's not happening, so my thoughts was I was going to be fighting, and I'll fight the winner of them next year. That's what I was thinking would probably happen. So again, we'll see. That fight, I don't know if it's going to happen or it's not. So I don't know.
Have you been told that by Frank that you could potentially fight the winner of that fight if it happens?
I haven't actually been told by Frank in word for word, but it's kind of the things that floats around in it, I think. But I think, like you say, again, my number one goal is to get to that world title and get that shot at the world title. Whether I've got to go through one of them or not, it makes no odds to me. Yeah.
Who's the best light heavyweight in the UK right now? There's a lot of talent. Are you the best?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to answer that question with me, Anna. I believe so. I believe I can beat anybody in the world. Just some good talent, though. Domestically, obviously, I'm world. It's a great division. It's a hard division, and I think there's a lot of fighters in the division that can all beat each other on the day. So, but yeah, I believe I'm the best domestically.
And in a kind of, again, as I say, an ideal world, would you get that world title no matter who it's against? And then would you kind of look at clearing up that domestic scene, kind of creating a legacy? Say there's like Craig, Richard, Shaq Ambitters could be at that level once you've got the title. Obviously, like we say, YARDE, Arthur. Is that kind of on your mind to create a legacy as well as getting that world title, or is the world title your main aim?
Obviously, the world title is my main aim. And then what a dream situation if I went and won the world title and brought it back and defended it against 2 or 3 of the British fighters. Be kind of like an old Eubank, Steve Collins, Nigel Benn kind of era. Imagine creating that. It would be brilliant, wouldn't it? That's what I would love to do. But again, we don't know the future, do we? It's only this morning I found out I wasn't fighting, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, of course, because that's what everyone would love to see. There's so much domestic talent at light heavy. It's probably, could you think of a better crop of domestic talent better than light heavyweight at the moment?
No, not really. I think it's probably the best division. I think the fact is that there's a few fighters in the light heavyweight division domestically that are kind of world level, if you like, or can compete at world level. So it's kind of, the fights need a nice belt or a nice, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like you say, that'll happen. That'll happen.
From one Callum to another, obviously your teammate fighting on Friday night's Prospect show. What have you got to say about him?
He's unbelievable. He's brilliant. He's really is a joy to watch. He's only 22, and I sit and watch him in the gym sometimes and just think that kid's good. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff he does, he's very, very nice to watch.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for talking to us on Seconds Out. Obviously not in the circumstances you would have liked, but hopefully October the 9th. I mean, if that's the card that you're on, then I'm looking forward to it. So thanks for your time, mate.